Good morning, all. I just wanted to A, post an update for you and myself, and B, go through an accountability check. I think what I do in life is like I don't hold myself accountable, and when problems we face in life start to compound, you start to blame the circumstance, and you blame. Sometimes you blame yourself, but usually, as the human nature in us will dictate, we don't blame ourselves. We blame everything else. And here's where I'm at right now. Last video, I will be moving in with my dad within the month. Basically, just to start over, to do a reset. I'm working 7 days a week, so that reset shouldn't take overly long. The issue for me is, my main job, my five day a week job. That is a time consumer. I drive an hour and a half each way, so I'm losing 3 hours a day that I feel like I could get things done, and that I blame that, for my accountability for what I don't get done in other times of the day. And it's kind of true in that I can do certain things in the car, not a lot. I can do this while I'm driving, which is convenient, and I promise video quality will eventually get better. It won't be quite as bouncy and stuff. I'm just using my phone. But anyway, to hold yourself accountable, here's where I have to be accountable. I have mentioned, like, my first step is getting a grand in the bank, and I'm in that process. I've had a couple paychecks, but those paychecks go to bills and basically part of the reset. So my accountability for myself is just sticking to the plan. I do the videography thing. If you go back in my videos, like, some of them are way higher content quality, and I get frustrated in not doing that. But I've also, I've spent all the money on the things that I need to make good videos or high quality videos. And then because I did that, I got myself in credit card debt because I wasn't patient and paying cash for it all. And then right now I'm still in like paycheck to paycheck mode, which that'll start speeding up soon here. I've cut a lot of the debt down, and I've still used credit cards a little bit in the last few weeks just because there's not enough cash. I'm still catching up. So, but I am holding myself accountable. So when there is cash, I'm paying most of those off right away. This next paycheck, which will be this Friday, should cover pretty much all I owe. I have one more month of rent to pay. So it's just going to be, a couple months of grinding hard. And that's the accountability I have to hold myself to, is to not see, a decent sized paycheck and just blow it on something. Like, I'm tempted to buy a new camera, and I'm like, I have to tell myself, like, there's no money for that. Like, and then my brain's like, yeah, but the credit's good right now. So what? That's debt, and that's bad. So I have to hold myself accountable, and that's in every aspect of my life. Like, I've been smoking cigarettes again. I did the math on that. It's almost like it's between $2,500 and $3,000 a year that ideally, once all my debt's gone, that $3,000 a year, if I threw that into a Roth or something, every year, $3,000, that's quite, you get some pretty compounded interest on that. And it's long-term accountability that I have a problem with, and maybe you guys do too. So, like, honestly, if you want to drop a comment or something, that what accountability are you good at, and what accountability are you bad at? My time management is a little skewed right now, just because I'm still getting used to the 7-day work week, and then managing my time on the days that I don't work like a ton of hours. Most of my days are between 10 and 12, sometimes 14 hours that I'm gone, and it's tough for me to like get home and not just like eat food and go to bed. And then what I have to do and be accountable for is like, I know if I go to bed around 10:30, 11, that still leaves me with like 3 hours of getting shit done or stuff. Try not to swear too much anymore either. And if you can get stuff done, even if I set a time block of, like 15 minutes to do this or an hour to do that, you just slowly and gradually get things done. And I just want to encourage you to be accountable and know that there's no quick fix for the problems most of the time, and fix what you can in the time you have. And I don't know, I just feel like my accountability to myself, I need to be more strict, and part of grinding life, it's hard work. I have a physical job, that's hard work. The grind is also hard, and be able to stick to it. There's no light at the end of the tunnel right now. The only light that I see is that I'm doing something about it, and I think that's pretty golden. Like, that's what I have to be grateful for, is that my mind is made up, and I am going to do the things that I have to do to get ahead again. Honestly, I was ahead before and I blew it. And not when you're holding yourself accountable, you don't have to get down on yourself. Like, you can be happy in the changes that you're making any given day, because you're making changes and you're trying. And if you fall, you get back up and you keep going. And when I was in prison, like, I had to get up and keep going, knowing that I had 10 years, 9 years left, 8 years left, and then you start picking up momentum, and things are changing and do change in your life, that you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. And right now, my light at the end of the tunnel is like, if I stick to it, I'll actually be able to retire someday and stop working crazy. And I feel like now, while I'm young, I'm 32, soon to be 33, if I hold myself accountable to be disciplined in all the aspects that I can be disciplined in, I can get ahead fairly quickly, because I'm young enough to work hard and it not just like crush me. Like, I'm sore sometimes, but like, that's just physical labor. Anything will make you sore, and my mind's young enough that I feel like there's still time to get where I want to be, and focus on the dream. Like, because my dream is to do videography. Like, if I can bust my butt and grind it out and keep making the money that I make, and eventually add that more and more and more, that compounds. And then let's say I can retire at 50. Well, then I could do the side business of videography for the rest of my life and be happy about it, and you never know where that could go. And I just want to encourage you to hold yourself accountable. And it's a struggle, don't get me wrong. Like, I wake up every day and I'm like, geez, this is a lot of work for what? Like, I'm still not saving much money, and I'm still working towards that $1,000 goal of money in the bank for the rainy day fund. Like, I know I have to replace my tires soon, and that's gonna be like $900. So like, I know that grand, if I get it saved soon, is going straight to new tires. But honestly, like, all the debt's pretty much paid off, and I'm getting somewhere. So, I just encourage you to keep grinding, keep holding yourself accountable every day, and remind yourself that, it's the end game, not the now game. We are creatures of instant gratification nowadays, and you don't need instant gratification. You need lifelong gratification. So I just want to leave with that little ramble about how I feel right now in this moment, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.